Hello and welcome to this section. In this section, we are going to be working on a very sensitive topic, which is data conversion. Data conversion. What do we mean by data conversion? We're talking about converting from a string to an integer. So we're converting data type from a string to an integer. So that's just what we need to know in the course of this section. It's a very sensitive topic that we programmers actually need to always solve this kind of problems to newbies, to people that are beginners in programming. So firstly, what do we do here? Let's come down to our file and say open a new file, data conversion .js. Okay, then create that. So we come down to our HTML file and change the directory. We have conditional initially here. So we have data conversion .js. So let's now move to our file here. So firstly, I'm going to declare some variables. So I have let a, we are assigning 7 to a. So next we have let b, we are assigning a string, and we put a value right there, which is 6, and enclosed in a string, in a quote. So obviously this is now a string, this is not a number, it's a string, it's not a value, this is a string. So we have let c equals a plus b. So put a semicolon at the end. Then we have console.log. What are we outputting? We're outputting c. Alright, so put a semicolon at the end. So what do we have here? We have 7 to 6, 7 and 6. So obviously what just happened now is that this operator, this plus operator, did a concatenate and brought the 7 and 6 together. Obviously that's not what we want. We want an actual operation that we add the 7 and the 6. So we want it to give us 13 as a result. So how do we do that? So that's where the data conversion comes in. So what do? We come down here, and what do we want to convert? We want to convert the string, which is 6. So 6, this is a string, so we enclose it in a quote. So it's a string, so we want to convert this to a number. So this, we want to convert the string to a number. So we have b equals, we use a method, we call it parseInt. Okay, so we use a method called parseInt. It's a function, so we have it here. So what do? There are two parameters to be passed into the function. So what do we want to convert? The string that we want to convert is the variable b, then we put comma, then we have it and we put a base 10. Okay, then you put a semicolon. All right, so the moment we have this, you see that this has changed to 13. So obviously immediately we have this, it converts the b, which is formerly a string, it converts it to an integer, then it does the addition and it gives us the results 13. So that's how we convert a string to an integer and give you a final operational result. So the result here is 13. So for instance, let's move on to, let's do something else. So let's say we have we declare another variable equals to, and we use the parseInt, and we pass in Bob there. So let's say we pass in Bob, and put a semicolon. We have console.log. So put d here, Okay, so this gives us NaN. So what does it stand for? Not a number. Okay, so this bulb here is not a number. So what this is actually doing here is helping us to convert. It wants to help us to convert this to a number. So bulb here is not a number, so that's why a conversion cannot take place. Okay, it cannot take place because bob here is not a number. So that's what the result gives us here. Is not a number. So let's see, do another testing. So we have let E equals to is not a number, then we have D. So we just want to know if this is really true. So we have console.log. So we have E. Okay, yes, so it's not a number, so it's just a function that try to indicate what the value that you are passing into it is. So indicating is D not a number, so it gives us the result true. So truly D, which is Bob, is not a number. All right, so that's just it, converting a string to an integer. All right, so I believe you have a grasp of what we just did now, and I believe in our next session we are still going to work more on some of these JavaScript syntax and programs that we need to learn. All right, thank you. We'll see you in our next session.